Thank you very much for being here today, especially members of the media. It's really great to have you here. I noticed some of you I've met before a few months back. Good to see you again, and I hope to see you a lot in the future. And I suppose it's welcome to the sort of next chapter of Nokia. Before we spend a little bit of time for the local team to introduce you to, I suppose, some of the great products we're going to announce today, I thought it would be good for me just to introduce you to HMD. Who is HMD? As you can see me behind me, HMD is a Finnish startup company. Our head office is in Helsinki in Finland. That was probably the only sunny day that year, but it's a great city to have the head office in. But I think most important for HMD is that we are the exclusive brand licensee for Nokia phones. That's who we are as HMD. Then further for HMD, I think what many people ask us, what's unique about HMD? In HMD, what makes us unique is at the heart of everything we do is partnerships. And we think we have a very unique take on partnerships in this market today. And I'll spend a little bit of time just on what those partnerships are. Firstly, there's obviously HMD. HMD is made up of many old Nokia people. I myself are an old Nokia person. But we've also brought in many new people from the industry, people with knowledge of the various parts of the business into HMD. But I think what's really, really important about HMD is that every single one of us that has come back into this Nokia brand are people who are passionate and actually love the Nokia brand. Secondly is actually Nokia as a company. So on the one side you have Nokia as a company. For those of you who don't know, Nokia has a company called Nokia Technologies, who spend a lot of money developing new technologies. So we're hoping that our collaboration with Nokia in the future will bring new technologies that we can take to market. And then secondly, obviously, there's the Nokia brand. It's a loved brand, it's a unique brand, it's a trusted brand. And I suppose many of you will probably agree with me, it's a brand for everybody, not for just some people. Then we have Google and Android. You all know that Android is the largest platform in the world, with the most consumers on it. And I suppose for us and for many consumers that finally Nokia is back on Android. Then we also have Foxconn. You know, it's a global manufacturing and engineering powerhouse, and it's got massive global scale. So it's good to have them as our partner as well. And then we have many other partners in our countries. Our distributors are partners, as well as many other global partners. So maybe just to summarize quickly, HMD is only 6 months old. We were born on the 1st of December 2016, which is almost exactly 6 months ago. In the first quarter of this year, in February, we went to Mobile World Congress, where we announced to the world that we'd be bringing Nokia phones back. And what was really amazing for us is that we were the most spoken about and most talked about brand at this very large mobile trade show, which was amazing for us. Also in the first quarter of this year, we launched our first Nokia 6 in China, and I suppose the only way I can describe it is that it was far more than all our expectations on every single aspect of the business. And here we are now in the second quarter of the year, and we're basically going to be launching our phones in the rest of the world. So without too much more, I'd actually like to welcome Shannon onto the stage, our General Manager for the Philippines, to talk to you about this next chapter of Nokia. Thank you very much.
Thanks, James, and thanks everybody for being here today. Thank you for the food as well. I got some nice purple yam cakes in there as well. So, my role in Philippines, I've been here almost 1 year now. Next week will be 1 year. Spending some time learning about the market, and it's a very unique market when it comes to mobile phones. It's a very opportunistic market for a lot of phone vendors simply because of the population size, but Filipinos are digital natives and their phones are so important to them. So this is a very important market for us. So if I look at after December 1st, when the announcement was made and we were born, there's been so much positive sentiment in the media. And this carried right through to when we did the MWC announcement, Mobile World Conference announcements. Nokia's I love my Nokia so much, all platforms. We had such a groundswell of requests coming from markets such as Philippines for more information. When are you launching? When are you launching? Today we get to announce the availability and the pricing. So the last 6 months culminating in today. So if I look at what the Nokia brand stands for, and James mentioned brand is so important, what are some words that pop into your mind if I say Nokia? Words from the room. Happiness, connecting people.
Durability. Camera phone.
Fantastic. I think you're all right. There's a few things when we survey consumers and partners globally which come up. Quality, simplicity, reliability, the distinctive design. One of the most important elements is it's a very human brand.
Yes.
It's a very human brand. And in Philippines, more than so many other markets, I've found, spending some last year travelling around, meeting dealers, meeting consumers, there is such this deep connection with the brand. And I've seen that here more than anywhere else in the world. So it really brings the opportunity for a human brand to come into the market of Philippines. The world has changed since Nokia was #1 in the Philippines. Our consumers have changed. How we talk to the consumers has changed. So what we're doing here is writing the next chapter for Nokia Mobile in the Philippines. So these are our consumers now. How we talk to them, it's a millennial group. The most important thing is the age. So we've got the nostalgia, and that's fantastic. But over 3/4 of the consumers who bought the Nokia 6 in China were actually millennials. And that's a fantastic attribute to have. So we're talking to 2 generations now. So that's about the brand, that's about the consumers. So one of the most important things also that Nokia stands for is this design. So I'll leave you now with a quick video on what design is and the importance of the design heritage.
Our design is inspired by Nokia's outstanding history. We embrace the resilient Scandinavian design, combine it with an emotive character. These forms, both bold and pure, yet natural and physically tactile, create very human design. Our designers work closely and persistently with the factory to create unique finishes that are rich and expressive. We are driven by a deep understanding of the processes and the elements that make the phones. Our design utilizes the natural properties of the materials with as few parts as possible, making each part work harder, which in turn results in higher quality. This thinking is the Nokia legacy. We design with the purpose of the device in mind, not the machines that make them. Manufacturing should adapt to the user, not the other way around. This is naturally more time consuming. For example, we use almost an hour to machine a single device from a solid block of aluminium. CNC manufacturing technology allows us to achieve full 3D softness, which makes the product feel absolutely beautiful in your hands. The feeling is further enhanced by polishing the phone for no less than 5 times, putting it through 2 separate anodizing processes, taking nearly 12 hours to complete. But the result is the ultimate level of beauty and durability. Design is not all about ideas. A perfectly finished product is only achieved by continuous testing. We expose our products to over 600 different tests. Around 50 of these solely focus on reliability. And we twist it as many times as we bend it. Like all Nokia devices before, we want to make sure you can feel confident to put your trust in them. We know smartphones go everywhere with you, through every moment of life. Everyone should be able to get our very best with everything we do. This is a Nokia philosophy. We design for all. We design for you.
Wow. Design with purpose. I don't know about you, but that video just excites me so much. Right? Yes? I think you're still all stunned with what you just saw. Thank you again, Mr. Rutherford, Mr. Mead. I'm sure you've seen the anticipation that Nokia's Filipino fans have shown for these new phones.